Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trek on Tuesday. Your future is so bright. We needed shades today.
We didn't have a choice. We had to wear shades today. That's correct.
That's absolutely right. No, I don't think it's any big secret to let you guys know that today we're talking about how to buy sunglasses, but not just sunglasses, Aaron.
Yes.
Good sunglasses.
Not all sunglasses are created equal. I actually learned a thing about this a few years ago, when I was looking into buying some prescription sunglasses, and I had a discussion with my doctor, my ophthalmologist, optometrist.
It depends.
It could be either one. I think it was an optometrist about the importance of sunglasses and how they're not really just convenience. What I learned, and I think we're going to talk about this today, is you don't necessarily have to buy the most expensive sunglasses in the world, but you might not want to buy the cheapest either, right? There's kind of a little in-between ground there.
Yes.
There's some that you can get that are very reasonable price, that are very functional, that will do the trick, but it's not really like, not everybody, you don't just do it because you look cool like I do right now. You do it because it's healthy. It's good for your eyes.
Absolutely. And I had a similar experience with my ophthalmologist one time where I had gotten LASIK, which was very exciting. Story for another day. And afterwards I said, well, how long should I be wearing sunglasses to protect my eyes outside after surgery, just to make sure they're good to go?
Right.
And they said,
forever.
You should always be wearing sunglasses outside.
Yes,
and I was like, well, wish somebody had told me that for the last few decades.
That was actually almost exactly what my doctor said. I was talking about do I need to get prescription sunglasses? This is back when I first got prescription regular glasses, and they were like, well, duh. Yeah, you need to wear sunglasses when you're outside. Of course. Yeah.
How funny.
Yeah.
Now those like fancy sunglasses, Aaron.
These are sunglasses that I've had for many years. They were at the time I bought them nice, and they still are functional, nice. But I've had them for so many years now. I don't feel the need to quite be as protective of them. I used to keep them in a nice, safe, nice case, cushy padded case and everything like. Now I just kind of throw them on the counter because I've gotten so many years of good use for them. Probably upgrading or buying a new pair of sunglasses needs to be on my to-do list here in the next year or so.
We're going to give you some information that you can keep in mind as you embark upon that journey.
Yeah.
Before we get into the story, I'm curious, what are our thoughts on what makes good sunglasses, what makes cheap sunglasses? I don't know about you, but I keep kind of a tier of sunglasses. Like I have my really good ones.
Yep.
And I don't just throw those in my purse or throw them in my car or put them in a suitcase willy-nilly. I want to know where they are, keep track of them. Then I've got my mid-tier that it's like, I'm not trying to lose these or drop them, but they're going to come with me. And then I have if I was going in the river or something, or I know that my baby's going to be grabbing the sunglasses a lot. Those, I've heard them called burner shades, and I've adopted that term for what I call them.
I like it. Yeah. I have similar system, but it's more one extreme or the other. I have a pair that I do not want to lose ever. And then I have another pair that are much less expensive that I'm looking at losing. I've actually lost that pair. My last two vacations in a row, I've lost my cheap pair of sunglasses. One time I lost them in the ocean, and one time I left them at my in-laws' house, which was very cool. So,
and you could not get them back.
And they've disappeared. No one knows where they are. So I say I left them in the house. I might have left them in the backyard. I could have left them when I went out somewhere. Who knows? They never made it home. So, but I'm okay because that's why I did that. So yeah, I have kind of a similar system.
Yes. And it's funny because I think whenever I get a new nice pair, they all move down. It's like my old fancy glasses become my mid-tier. My mid-tiers, I'm almost begging to lose something. I'm ready to replace and, start the cycle over again.
Yes, right. Now you have LASIK, so you don't need prescription sunglasses. I do. So I actually, believe it or not, I did a little research for this show, Gina, and we're going to talk about a few different brands of sunglasses, some of which are available in prescription and some of them aren't. And I will be discussing that as we read our article today, which is from the June-July issue of Scout Life magazine.
Yeah, it's also online at scoutlife.org, and it's in our app, so you can read this 3 ways. I love the photos of the glasses there just because I think they kind of represent our high, middle, and, pretty cool, kind of functional, trendy sunglasses.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to say before we jump in is I find sunglasses to be my favorite thing to find on sale. Maybe because I don't keep up with sunglass trends well, I always feel like the sale ones look like they're just as hip as any other ones, and they're very often polarized, which we'll get into that. Like they kind of meet all my technical specifications if I'm not looking for, prescription.
Right.
I feel like you can get a great deal on all levels of sunglasses.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I don't know. I feel like almost all sunglasses almost always look good. They always kind of look cool to me. Very, very rarely. Only like maybe the real crazy ones would I not like,
Well,
but,
yeah.
But for the most part, like, and definitely the ones that we're going to look at today, they all look pretty cool to me.
Well, I feel like every time I have certainly seen people wearing things before and been like, that doesn't look like it's in style, or they're really too, like they're very in style or whatever. But sunglasses always feel like a choice to me.
Right.
I think, if they're wearing a sunglass that isn't even like my taste, I'm like, they're going function. Mm-hmm. They have some intended purpose. They picked those for a reason. I've never seen sunglasses and been like, what are they wearing?
Yes. I agree. I'm the same way. Yes. And as we're going to discuss here, they are very, very functional if you know what to look for. And certainly if you're going to be spending time outdoors, summer camp, hiking trip, day at the park, day at the beach. I'm saying all those things because it's summer, but heck, in snow in the winter, all that stuff like that. It can be so bright and so hard on your eyes if you don't have sunglasses or the right kind of sunglasses.
Looking at water.
Fishing, there you go. That's a good one. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Fishing for sure. Yep.
And we'll get into that.
Absolutely.
Now, Aaron, if you bought your last pair of sunglasses in a convenience store, you got them free somewhere, like so many pairs of mine, they're probably fun to wear, but they might not be good at protecting your eyes. Glare reflecting off snow, sand, water, and even the sidewalk can burn your eyeballs and impact your vision. It's worth spending a few extra bucks to get glasses that block UV ultraviolet light, fit your face, and have the right lenses for the activities you like to do. Let's talk about how you can be a smart sunglass shopper.
One thing that I've noticed, and I'm sure lots of folks have noticed this too, that when it's cloudy outside, depending on how cloudy it is, sometimes I still feel some eye strain, right? And that's because some of those dangerous rays are still coming through the clouds. If you feel that, that's a sign you might need to put on the shades. One of the things that you're going to need to look for is one that blocks the sun's UVB and UVA rays. Good sunglasses will make it easier to see in bright conditions while reducing the risk of eye damage. They should protect you from two kinds of ultraviolet light. It's UVB and UVA. Now, Gina, you probably already know the difference between the two, but in case you don't, we'll go over it real quick. UVB rays, those are the rays that cause sunburn, can also burn your eyes. How many times have I heard, you can still get sunburn on a cloudy day, right? Just because it's cloudy doesn't mean you can't get sunburn. Same thing goes here. Even in winter, UVB rays can burn you when reflected off the snow. UVA rays are radiation from the sun. Their effect might be less noticeable after a day at the beach, but over time, UVA rays can cause serious eye problems. So before you buy your next pair of sunglasses, make sure the pair you like blocks both kinds of rays. Most sunglasses have a sticker on the lens to let you know.
We are showing some of the glasses throughout today's show. If you don't mind, I'd love to talk about this pair, Aaron, because I know this brand.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
And I have a pair from this brand. I know them as kind of a fun running brand. I love the look of these Gooders. This is called the Gooder Nuclear NAR. And then there's also the Gooder I Do My Own Stunts. They all have funny names. They're great for small to average size faces. They wrap around for extra protection for cycling, Nordic skiing, and more. Both have polarized anti-fog lenses. And as far as glasses of this caliber go, they run, most Gooder sunglasses I think are, $40 to $50, which isn't terrible really. Nope. I think they kind of have everything you need. We'll get more into that, I know, in a bit, but
I don't think that's a really an unreasonable price at all when you think about it as being, not really just like an optional accessory, but more like a needed piece of gear, right? Like you're not necessarily gonna, you're gonna need sunscreen. There are certain things you need when you're gonna go outside. Sunglasses are one of them. I was today years old, by the way, when I learned that it's Gooder. I thought it was Goodar, but Gooder sounds so much better.
I don't know. I've always heard Gooder.
Right, even if that's not right, I'm going to go with it because I think it's great. For those of you watching like me who need prescription sunglasses, I did look it up. Gooder does not offer prescription sunglasses on their site. However, they do note in their FAQs that you can take their frames to your optometrist, and they should be able to fit prescription lenses into those frames. So if you like the GoodR frames, now obviously you're going to be popping out the lens. So you'd have to buy a separate lens. If you'd like them though, you can do that if you're like me and you need prescription glasses.
Todd mentions that he has prescription sunglasses that change when he goes out in the sun. I think Todd's talking about transition lenses. Todd, I'm curious what
I used to have a pair of those. Yeah, I don't anymore, but yep.
Yes, my husband always wants to get those. What kind of protection do those offer? I think a lot of even clear eyeglasses provide maybe UVB protection, but I'm just curious. What are we working with, something comparable to some of these sunglasses?
Right. Yeah.
And again, like you said about the GoodRs, $50 for frames isn't so bad. So definitely do your math before you.
I think that those transition sunglasses have come a long way. I remember when I was a kid, way back in the day when those first came out, it was a really big deal, but I think they kind of stunk back then. I had some transition sunglasses a few years ago.
They just get stuck.
A few years ago. And yeah, exactly. They don't change. The ones that I had were good. I liked them. And they provided the protection that you would need. So yeah,
and that's what my husband says. They fully transition now, and I've been observing, and I totally agree, because my initial concern was I feel like every transition lens I've seen just gets stuck in the middle, kind of, and never becomes lighter. But I think that's because I was just seeing really old glasses.
Yes, exactly. And so I wonder if Todd has had the same experience. This is my funny story with transition sunglasses, Gina, is that I was a groomsman in a friend's wedding, and I had my sunglasses on at the church. Didn't really think about it, and they were like, let's go outside and take some pictures out by the limo. So here's a picture of me. I'm the only one wearing sunglasses because my glasses transitioned. I didn't really want them to because no one else was wearing sunglasses. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
According to your optometrists or ophthalmologist,
you should be wearing them.
Yeah, doesn't matter if it's a picture for a wedding. Right. What comes first, health or a photo?
That's exactly right. They're both going to be around forever. So.
That's very true. Okay, this is something my mom and dad always were like, got to get glasses that fit. And I just kind of thought it was all about optics, but sunglasses frame size should match your face size because the lenses need to fully cover your eyes. Okay, it's not just aesthetic. Some frames are metal. Most sports sunglasses have durable and lightweight plastic frames. I think that's especially true today. You can take a look at the frame and make sure the joints are strong. The arm should be snug enough to your head so your shades don't slip down or fall off, but not so tight that it hurts or gives you a headache. If you're doing speed sports like biking or skiing, glasses that wrap around your head provide more coverage, stopping sunlight from sneaking around the sides and making your eyes water. More coverage will also help your peripheral vision too.
I learned the hard way one time, Gina, about coverage. And I remember I had some pair of sunglasses one time that, for whatever reason, the way they were made, they were kind of smaller and seemed like a good idea at the time. But man, the sun, it almost didn't do me any good. The sun is obviously always above you, right? And so it would always come down here. These that I have, which aren't even as big as some of the sports ones, are much better. I never thought about that, but it absolutely makes a difference. Yeah, it totally makes a difference.
My dad was big on he was like he had a lot of sunglasses, but one that he had, and we always made fun of him for all of them. But the ones that I thought were the funniest, they had like little, which this is cool now to me, now that I'm an adult, like little side windows as well. Like there's like a front and then there's some side tinted windows. So no sun was getting in there, not without a filter.
Now, my dad had a pair of prescription regular glasses, and he bought the big blinders that would go
clip-ons.
You talk about coverage. Well, they were more like a second. They were like a whole other pair,
like they wrap
wrap around. Yes,
my dad had those too. My dad had those too. They go on functional. Top of your glasses. Yes, exactly. And they block all the way back to your ears, basically. Nothing's getting through there. They were very, very cool. Dads have a real monopoly on jokes and sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to go with what's the most functional. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. Exactly. So we talked about choosing the right frames, Gina. It's also important to choose the right lens for your sunglasses for many activities. And I'm talking about not what they protect you from, but what they're made of. For many activities, polycarbonate lenses are the most affordable. They're scratch resistant, and if you drop them, they won't shatter or potentially cut you. Polarized lenses substantially reduce glare. Go polarized if you be on the water. Be aware they're not great for driving or reading LCD screens. Mirrored lenses are a good alternative. I've actually had an experience with polarized lenses, where you put your phone in front of your face and you can't see it because it's polarized. It's a weird effect, but it blocks out whatever rays those are, right? Which is good in some cases, but not good if you're going to be checking your phone, or even sometimes the dashboard on a car won't show up.
Well, people always swear, or I've heard a few people say polarized lenses are good when fishing, which we talked about, because maybe you can see a little more clearly into the water and sometimes see fish. And I always thought that was fake, but cutting down the glare, that makes sense.
And I've wearing sunglasses while like you're skiing. If it's not the right kind, you can't see the the wave of the surface. You can't tell. You can't see any dips in the snow or things like that. I've experienced that firsthand. Okay. There's something called photochromic lenses that automatically adjust to changing light. They're great for basically every activity except for driving. They can also be pricey. I think the reason why they're not good for driving is because almost all cars these days, the windshields block the UV rays. So your glasses can't tell that you're outside when you're inside a car. They're not good for driving.
That makes sense.
So that was another reason why I ended up getting not using my transition glasses as much, because I use driving. I need.
That's one of the times you really need.
Exactly.
I feel like I need glasses most driving.
100%. Interchangeable lenses of different colors allows you to choose your tint and polarization on demand. That's kind of an interesting idea. I didn't know you could do that. You can switch them out depending on what you're doing. We have another a product that I would love to show our viewers, Gina, if I could. These are Blender's Crystal Orb shades. They've got what we call kind of a chill vibe, Gina.
Definitely a chill vibe.
Great for sunny days on the water, chucking a flying disc, or even just hanging out outside. The polarized blue and purple mirrored lenses provide 100% UV protection. They cost $59, and you can get them from blenderseyewear.com. I checked the Blenders Eyewear website. They do offer prescription sunglasses there. Those would obviously be a little bit more expensive. This $59 does not include a prescription lens. Yes, exactly. So
I really like these.
Yeah.
These look super cool.
Yes.
I love the color of the shade. I definitely think chill vibe, because if you saw somebody wearing these, you know it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. They're going to be nice. Nobody mean would wear these.
No mean person would ever wear those ever.
No, absolutely not. Aaron, have you ever wondered about lens color?
I have, yes. Because you see sometimes out there all kinds of different colored lenses.
Oh, yeah.
Does it matter? Yeah.
It does matter. Actually, lens tint can be use specific. Choose blue for water activities. Dark colors, including brown, gray, and green, are best for everyday use and outdoor activities. Darker lenses cut glare and reduce eye strain in moderate to bright conditions, like on snow. Light colors, gold, yellow, amber, and rose, excel in moderate and low light and are best for sports like skiing and snowboarding. Light colors also improve depth perception, and they can make it easier to see in flat light. So 2 thoughts on this.
I didn't know any of that, by the way.
Well, I didn't necessarily know it, but that's tracks for me for sure. Because when I have a headache, and I get headaches pretty frequently, sunglasses help me, even inside. Like something like this definitely helps. I can see clearly. It's good stuff. My head feels better right now, and I didn't even have a headache.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I could totally see that. Now, Gina, in some situations, you don't just need sunglasses, you need safety glasses. So I want to address real quick, safety glasses versus sunglasses. Note that sunglasses cannot provide the same protection as safety glasses. Switch to the appropriate pair when you're working with tools or certain materials, administering first aid, or participating in activities like shooting sports. That was the first thing I thought about when doing shooting sports. When I used to take my son, when he was a Cub Scout, speaking of camp, summer camp, day camp, we would do BB guns, right? And you had to wear protective glasses. And I had my prescription sunglasses, and he would ask me, are those protective glasses? I can't remember the technical term. I would always have to put safety goggles over my sunglasses. The safety goggles they had were big enough, not totally unlike what my dad used to wear, the big blinders. He would put them over my regular sunglasses. Because technically these are not rated to be protection from things like shooting sports, working with tools, and things like that.
Oh, sorry, I just took a nap. You couldn't tell because I was wearing sunglasses. Just kidding. I was totally listening, but I did want to point out that one feature you never thought about if your sunglasses are dark. Am I asleep or am I awake? you guess, Aaron?
No one could know.
Yes,
but
am I asleep or am I awake?
I'm going to guess awake. Yes.
You're correct. I'm awake. We have another pair of sunglasses here. Do you want to tell us about these ones?
Yes, these are the Tifosi Strikeout. They're from Tifosi Optics, excuse me. They are some of the most affordable UVA, UVB blocking shades you can buy, and they have glare-reducing lenses. Choose from our 4 different shadowproof options. These are only $30. I think these are the cheapest kind that we've talked about today. Again, I checked the Tifosi Optics website. They do offer prescription options, Gina, if anyone is interested in those. And again, these look cool. These kind of scream activity. And they do
what
look
vibe
like
are you getting
They look like this is for a person who's going to be out there working.
Yeah, I'm seeing like don't mess around on my watch kind of vibe here. For sure.
Absolutely. Yes, definitely.
Well, we didn't get to guess the vibe on the first one. Do you think we could go back and
guess very on the first pair that we looked at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. This is the Gooders with the
big wraparound.
Black things with these say to me outdoor sports, like skiing or biking, right?
Yeah, like I am here to do my activity and I am focused on
Action
that. And
sports.
I'm willing to have fun afterwards, but right now, let's hit the slopes, bro.
I'm thinking slopes, biking, maybe even like rock climbing, things like that.
Ooh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Also, they just kind of look hip. So like these days, I feel like you'd see somebody running, walking, hanging out in those for sure.
I totally agree. Yep.
Water sports, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, we didn't talk about these, but a little addition, sunglass retainers. I didn't even know that that's what they were called. But unless there's a good reason not to wear a strap, say while mountain biking where it could snag on a limb, it's wise to add a retainer. You pay good money for good sunglasses. You don't want your last look at them to be them sinking to a river bottom. Aaron, this was written for you, I think.
Yes, exactly. My sunglasses that I lost fit so snugly on my head that I didn't think I would lose them. I went into the ocean, and I was just wading in water with my kids when they were younger, and I'll be danged, one of those rogue waves.
Oh yeah,
one that's bigger than all the other ones for no reason at all, that just pops up every 20 or 30 minutes.
You had to worry about the kids, not the glasses.
And I exactly was focused on making sure the kids were okay, and that wave hit me and the glasses were gone. So I had no idea. And I'm thinking it's got to be here somewhere. It just happened. Nope, it was gone.
No, absolutely. And we definitely don't. We believe in leave no trace. We don't say just drop your glasses in the ocean on purpose, but you have to lose them to get new ones.
Yes, exactly.
That's just the rule of sunglasses.
As an aside, Gina, just for kicks and giggles, I went to the Lost and Found at a beach. They had a Lost and Found
for the sunglasses.
For the sunglasses,
Aaron, let it go.
Guess what? There were about 200 pair of sunglasses.
Did they say take your pick?
They kind of did. I did not take one because the scout is trustworthy. And
do you think 200 people were going to be going?
They might. You never know.
They should date them so that if you did lose a pair, you can go back and get one. If it's a month,
a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah, like at a month, are you going back for your sunglasses?
It's public domain after a month, exactly.
Yeah, or like maybe even like an expense rating. Like I'd feel really bad taking some really
exactly.
Ones,
I don't know exactly how much they cost. I don't know if someone lost them and that really meant a lot to them or something like that.
Yeah, like maybe it's just like an open, like there is no limitation. Feel free to take some, but just make sure they're in the price range that your glasses were, because then that person can come and do the same thing.
Exactly. So you're replacing them with a comparable pair of sunglasses.
Exactly.
You might be wondering, where do I buy sunglasses?
Where do you buy?
We started off the show
always
by
wondering
saying,
where on earth do people get
these? We started off the show by saying that maybe your local convenience store, the cheapest pair there may not be the best place to go. Generally speaking, sunglass specific shops or outdoor stores have a very knowledgeable staff. You can ask questions. You don't have to worry about buying fake or counterfeit glasses from them. If you shop online, make sure to buy from a reputable company or website. If you have your heart set on a pair of pricey shades, keep an eye out for models being discontinued, holiday sales, and discounts on your first purchase, which is common on manufacturer websites. Have you ever bought a pair of glasses online, Gina, or sunglasses?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a good experience? Because it can be tricky because you can't get a good idea of the size.
Yeah.
And they have some virtual type things where you can take a photo. Did you do that?
Yeah, or it will put them on your face in the camera app.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never ordered some just without any context. Like I'd
Right.
seen them on somebody and I wanted them, kind of thing.
Right. Yes. I found actually that works good for me is when you buy them online, my advice is to pay very much attention to the size, the dimensions.
Yes. They'll often say narrow, medium, or wide face.
Right. And I like if you ask me how wide are these right here, I couldn't really tell you. I'd have to measure them. So measure the ones you have, figure out how wide they are. Go look online, and so you got a good comparison. If these are 10 millimeters wide or whatever it is, these are 12, these are 15. You're going to know they're bigger than what you have now. They're smaller than what you have now. Obviously, the height also, you can measure the height, how tall they are. That will tell you a lot too. I made a mistake one time and bought one that was way too small online. I didn't realize.
Could you return it?
I think that I did return them actually.
Okay.
Yes.
I bet they have pretty decent return policies for the most part. Airman 2, I'm just assuming people know this, but I know it's not good to assume. Maybe not everybody goes shopping as much as I do. You should definitely know that you can get lots of high-end sunglasses very cheap, and there are marked polarized UVA, UVB protection at places like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, Nordstrom Rack. They have tons. I've never been there when they didn't have literally hundreds of sunglasses on super duper duper sale. And you can try them all on. So I highly recommend checking those places out too.
I agree 100%. And again, the idea that sunglasses are not just for convenience, that they are healthy for your eyes, not just for a scout outing, but really your doctor, your optometrist or ophthalmologist will say, really, anytime you go outside, ideally, wear sunglasses, people.
Absolutely.
That's straight from the doctor.
You can check out this story and many more on scoutlife.org. Oh, Aaron's back to glasses. Today, leave in the comments, do you have an ophthalmologist or an optometrist? Let us know which team are you? Hashtag optometrist or hashtag I have an ophthalmologist.
Those are two different types of doctors. So that's,
hashtag
I don't think it's a matter of liking one over the other.
It's just what do you have? Right. I'm just curious.
Now that our sunglasses show is winding down, I'm going to put back my regular glasses back on here, Gina.
Me too.
Good job, everybody. Again, as a reminder, this story is available on the scoutlife.org website. It's also available in the June-July issue. We encourage you all to check it out. Rob's checking in from summer camp.
Yes.
Thank you, Rob, for checking in. Yes. Good job, Rob.
Skymont Scout Ranch. That just sounds so fun.
Yep, that sounds fun. Shout out to Wendy and Rusty who checked in earlier as well. Hope you guys enjoyed our little discussion about sunglasses. Good job, Gina.
You too, Aaron.
Thank you all.
Fun.
Yeah, it has been fun. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next time.
Yes.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Hi, Ahmed. See ya.